Hi guys, it's Kaz from Graphics by Kaz here, and today we are looking at how to import alerts into your stream. You've probably seen them on Twitch streams when it's when an alert pops up to let you and your viewers know when an action has triggered on your stream, such as someone following or subscribing to your channel. This can be done in two different ways. First, we're going to be looking at how to achieve this through Streamlabs OBS, and then we're going to be looking at how to achieve the same effect with OBS Studio. OBS Studio is a little bit more involved because it doesn't have the native stream alerts built into the software, so we have to rely on a third-party program. In this case, we'll be looking at how to use the web version of Streamlabs and Stream Elements. If you're new here, hi, my name is Kaz. I'm an overlay and motion graphics designer. I share videos on how to improve your stream, and then also how to use stream graphics in order to make your stream feel and look more professional. If you're interested in that, then feel free to subscribe. We've got a lot to get through, so let's get to it. So here we are in Streamlabs OBS, guys. The first thing you want to go ahead and do is click on this plus here and add an alerts box. Click on add source, call it what you want, and now we are in the alerts panel. We have all these different settings we can play with, and these are all your alerts that are down the left hand side. Some of these do have variants, so if you click on subscriptions here, you have the default subscriber when someone subscribes to you, but then you also have gift sub, anonymous gift sub, community gift subs, and anonymous community gift sub. So you've got a lot of options to play around with and really make your stream unique based on the different subs that you can use for each variant. However, for simplicity's sake, today we're going to be looking at the follow alert because it only has one variant. So if you click on here, click on default, you then will get all of the options that are associated with this alert. So you can go in and change all of these different options. You can change the text color, you can change the accented text color, you can change the font and the size. You can do a lot here to make your alerts unique and stand out. However, today we're just going to go ahead and use the basic default settings. The tab that we're most interested in is the media tab. This is where you're going to be putting your custom alerts in and letting Streamlabs use that as a source to work with. So we're going to add our image right now. So click on change media and you'll get this little dialog here. All you need to do is now find your source. So we're going to be using follower. So drag the follower alert down into this panel here. It will take a little bit of time just while it uploads to the server. And there we have it. You can see a little preview of this now. So click on this so you've got the green outline selecting it, and then click on done. So now you can see this little preview down here. If you have sound associated with the file, then that will play as well. If not, you can add your own sound effect here by clicking change media. There's a lot of stock sound effects here that you can attach to it, or if you want to upload your own, you can just click on my uploads and then drag and drop it like we did with the image. So we now do want to test this, so we're going to go ahead and click on done, and then we're going to click on test widgets and then choose from this list follow. And now you will get a nice representation of what it will look like when someone follows you. So I'm going to make it a little bigger because I think that needs to be a little bit bigger there. And let's test it again to see how that looks. Perfect. I am going to do another tutorial on how to move this text so it's closer to the alert. I'll link that video here when I have that ready for you. And that is how you do alerts in Streamlabs. You will now just have to go back into each one of these and then change the media so that it reflects the alert that you want to show. So next we're going to look at how to do this in OBS Studio. Now, like I said, OBS Studio doesn't have that native alert inbuilt inside of it. So we're going to have to rely on a third-party program to do that. What I'm going to start off with is Streamlabs, and then we'll do Stream Elements afterwards. So if you go to streamlabs.com, you'll be brought to your dashboard here. And what you need to click on is Alert Box, and then you'll get all the Alert Box settings. Down here, you can see all of your different alerts, like the ones on the left that we dealt with in Streamlabs OBS. So if we want to say go back to follow and edit that alert, we're going to have to go ahead and change the image like we did before. So click on the X here and then click on this little box here. And then you'll have all of the default ones here that you can select from, or you can click to uploads and then you can see the follower that we added before. Let's add a different one this time. Let's use one of the crystal alerts. So again, just drag and drop it onto this screen here and let that upload. Once it's done, click on it to make sure that you have it selected and it comes up with this nice little tick. then click on select, and now this will be added into your alert. Like I said before, you can go ahead and change all of these different settings. They are basically the same settings as we looked at before, but just laid out in a very different way. You must remember to click on save settings, otherwise the changes will not happen. That is very important. I have made changes before and then gone to another alert, just clicked across up here and then lost all those changes. Make sure you're clicking save, guys. So now what we have to do is get this source, this alert source, into our OBS. So what we have to do now is this little URL here that is blurred out. We can go across to here and click on copy, and then click on copy. It copies it to your pasteboard. Now go back into our OBS and then click on the plus source down here. You then want to, from this list, select browser and then call it whatever you want. Actually, we'll call it alerts because it just makes sense to name things correctly. Click on OK, and then you have this little screen pop up here. Replace this URL here with the URL you just copied, so select it all, right click and then choose paste, and then you can click OK, and then this is where your alerts are going to be displayed, so we can drag them across into here. Actually, we don't need to see this, that makes it easier to see. And now we can go ahead and test those by going back into Streamlabs and then clicking on test follow, which is here. And then we're going to jump back into OBS, and there you have it. The alert is showing right there. Right, that's how you do it in Streamlabs web version. Now we're going to do the exact same thing, but with Stream Elements. So here we are on streamelements.com. It's going to take you to your dashboard. You have to go up here and under Streaming Tools, click My Overlays. Now you can create a new overlay and it will bring you to a new screen. Choose whatever ratio that you're streaming at. So I'm going to be streaming at 1080, so go ahead and click start, and then you can click this little button here which says add widget, and then choose alert and then alert box. Again, you can drag this into the center of your screen, or you can make it bigger, you can make it smaller. You have all your different alert types on the left here. You can see it's very similar to Streamlabs, it's just a slightly different UI. You've got your box here to change the positioning of the styling, but we're going to be looking at the settings here. So we're going to go into our follow alerts, so make sure you click on this little cog here, and then it will take you into the properties of that particular alert. So we've got this little heart thing going on right now. Click on clear video and then click on change video. You'll be taken to an upload screen. Click on the little upload arrow here, and then you have a drag and drop zone where you can find your alert. Let's use the peach one this time, and then just drag and drop it into Stream Elements. It will take a little time to upload, and then you have a preview of it here. Click on submit, and then that will preview up there. Again, you can take time to go through all these different alerts and change the different stylings. You can have it in a column, you can have them the text over it, you can have different font, a different color, sounds, whatever you want, but we're just going to keep it with default today. Make sure that you click on save and call it something. So we're just going to call this alert, keep it simple. And then we are going to go ahead and click on the little chain link icon up here. So click on copy, that copies the source to your pasteboard. Go back into OBS. We then click on the little plus and add a browser source. Call it whatever you want. You could keep it its default name of browser, or you can call it alert. Click OK. And then replace this URL with the URL that you just copied. You also have to change the width and the height so they reflect the dimensions that you made that overlay at. So for me, that would be 1920 by 1080. And then click OK, and then it fills the whole screen, so your overlay here, the whole of the screen, is the same size as the broadcasting screen that you have here on OBS. So to test this alert, we're going to go down to this little tab here that says emulate, and then click on follower events. So now you can see that this appears here, and it's also appearing in my OBS as well. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, guys. Let me know if it was easy to understand. If you have questions or anything else you want to ask, or suggest a new video for me next time, then make sure to put them in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.